With the election results likely to put fast ahead in the parliamentary seats, what's the feeling amongst your party right now?
Uh, we were very surprised. We did not expect these results. However, with the reports that have come in of a lot of money being distributed early in the morning of the 29th of August, something which was also similar in the last election. We can see now the reason why we were defeated. We met a few days ago, and the reports that have come in convinced us that we need to take these issues to the court. The bribery of the voters was quite significant. Huge amounts were distributed, and some of our own people had witnessed the distribution. They seemed to show no care whether the distribution of money was seen. Ale, for instance, did his own distribution in broad daylight, and other people had taken photos of what he did. A report from Savai'i of another instance, a committee member of one of our candidates was talking to the Minister of Religion when a Matai arrived with an envelope containing $2,000 for the pastor, and the member of the officials was present. The envelope was open, and the pastor gave several hundreds to dollars to the member of the committee working for our candidate, but he refused it. So there are written confirmations of some of them have been photoed.
Yeah.
And these are very strong evidence that we will take to the court to decide on the bribery actions done by the members of the FAST party. There have also been occasions when officials allowed members belonging to the FAST party to vote, although their names were not in the roll. Other instances reported people were refused to vote when they were registered. And the reason was they have already done their vote. So they were rejected. But apparently, somebody had voted on their behalf. And there is not just one instance, many, many, many instances have been reported by all our candidates. So the corruption and also activities to defeat our candidate went right through all the districts, and the officials involved were also reported to contribute. Obviously, supporters of the FAST Party. So for us, we are not going to just ignore it.
Yeah.
We are now getting all the witnesses, and tomorrow we will put in our application to the court for complete recount. In doing this, we will be able to cite, or rather, the judges would be able to cite cases that we have referred to. Because if it is done to one or two candidates, it means it is done to all the ballot boxes. If several of our members have already lodged the application to the court.
Okay.
So we are looking forward to a very interesting outcome of the decisions by the court, and also what will happen with our general election results.
Okay. When you mentioned the recount, do you mean a recount of all districts or just
A
these
complete
particular?
recount of all districts,
Okay.
or districts involved.
Okay.
Because what is done apparently have impacted on all the districts.
Has HRPP raised these issues with the commissioner himself?
We are getting this across directly to the court.
Okay.
The commission has already taken action according to reports. But we do not know whether this is true.
Okay.
So it is better for us to raise these issues directly with the court. What has happened to us, we found also happened to the support to the candidates of party.
Has this been
And
confirmed?
they too are putting in
Okay.
their cases to the court. What they have experienced, we experience exactly the same thing.
Does that
So
mean
apparently the bribery has been very extensive.
Does that mean that HRPP has been in touch with SUP? since the
Well, we have
elections?
been talking to them.
Okay. All right.
We were inquiring whether what has happened to us has happened to them, and
They've confirmed it.
it's the same.
You're aware that members of FAST were at the OEC headquarters over the weekend and on Monday. Can I confirm with you whether HRPP has made any such attempts
To
approach the headquarters of the OEC, of the Electoral Commission?
we have asked questions. And I've also written letters in the paper complaining about the way these officials have been working 24 hours. People need to rest.
But not physically go up there like what's happened with the other party where they've sent their members. Okay, thank you. So just switching over to the FAST party, at their Sunday service, William Malielegaoi spoke of a new government led by God. What do you interpret that to mean for our people here in Samoa?
Too many people have used the name of God in vain. And I have noted that Lauli has been regularly using the name of God to attract support. You can hardly believe this is God's wish. Recalling the numerous corrupt activities that he has been engaged on, and particularly with the current cases, one pending the decision, and another one yet to be heard to follow.
Yeah.
And it raises the question with the court's delays. Much of the problems we have been attributed to the delays in the decision making by the court.
Is there a worry with you that perhaps he won't be following principles of good governance?
Lauli will never change. He has done this too often, not caring anybody, and even saying things that cause any God-fearing person to raise eyebrows. But they seem to go along with it. There is a reason. I think they are receiving dirty money envelopes from him. He knows where the weaknesses in people, and he has monies, I'm sure, from Chinese businessmen that he has threatened so often, making out that he is the most powerful person in the country. And that's how he has been extracting monies from these overseas business people.
He also said that once the final count's been completed, which is probably tomorrow or Friday, he wants to take the new government into office right away.
The law must be followed. This fellow doesn't even understand the law, and also he ignores the law. It's causing concern now to many right-thinking people.
Mm. It's clear he has the support of our diaspora, and they're very much a huge support base for FAST. Do you accept that they'll now have a greater say in the governance of Samoa, according to what he's saying?
Possible.
Do you think your approach will change in the future towards the diaspora?
We have never done anything wrong to our diaspora. But what has happened, Laoli has been telling lies, to the diaspora people of crimes that we committed, which were all false. For instance, the selling of lands, customary lands, to the Chinese government. They now all know that it is wrong, it's a lie, but they still seem to be attached to him. I mean, even our head of state, who should have known better, the poor. At one time, he went publicly to say that our customary lands now are no longer secure. The last person that I thought should say those things, knowing that he should know he was a head of state and he was also prime minister, that the lands, customary lands, had been secured and protected under the Constitution. And his father happened to chair the meeting on the 6th of October, 1960, that confirmed the very provisions of the Constitution.
That protect our customary
protecting
lands.
our customary land. So we have never done anything wrong, except that this man has said so many lies that people seem to follow. You know, the thing that Hitler did, that Germans also follow blindly.
When you mentioned before about SUP also experiencing the same as HRPP, would you be able to give us any indication of what your discussions are with them? Is there a possible...
Now we were inquiring of the thinking about what is happening, and they said they're going to do the same thing, take the matter of bribery to the court. So,
any discussions about possibly joining forces?
Well, the very issue that we were talking, but of course there are a lot of limitations at this stage.
What about the independents? Is HRPP courting them at this time?
We have been told that they will come, the few, but up to now they haven't shown up yet.
If court action fails to win your seats back, or any additional seats, and FAST keeps a majority, what would be your step after that? Would you concede?
We'll wait for the court decisions, criminal decisions, and the outcome of that.
I guess because a lot of people are still thinking about 2021 and how it dragged on for quite, a few months.
Yeah.
do you think that would be something you'd still fight to the?
Oh, we will fight and keep fighting for the truth.
Why do you think people didn't take to the gola lenga super as much as you had anticipated?
It is very difficult. It is only natural that when people are offered money now, in preference to something that you are promised to get in the future, you see, the tendency is to go for the present. I see that the only cure is for the court to realize that the only way to take us back to the period when we had general elections with very few bribery cases that occurred was when we set aside, during the campaign period, all Samoan cultural events. We set aside everything except death. You can't avoid it, but even now, you can avoid by with the treatment that we now have, deferred burial for weeks, months, until relatives come from overseas. So now, unless we go back to follow our legislations against bribery that we follow until the court had changed its stance as from the last election, that these kind of things are part and parcel of our of our culture. Unless we go back to respect the law against bribery by stopping all cultural ceremonies, we will continue to go down the drain. And I think there can only be two ways to stop the corruption or try to reduce, and that is to allow people to use money, but to limit the amounts. Use monies for their campaigns. Some mentioned probably up to $5,000 for campaign expenses, and handing out money for kava would be part of expenses. The other alternative is to go back to what we used to practice. Stop all cultural events, which were very, very effective until 2021 election and the president election, when our court presently interpret those monies as part and parcels of our culture. If we go back and reapply the rules as applied before, only then our people will no longer be tempted to vote for the wrong candidates. I think the court has also realized that for being too general in its interpretation.
Is this something that you would want to look at in the future to return, to take off again?
If we had been the government right now, we will do it. Go back.
What do you think about our current electoral system as well? Just with it's such a long process, the different voting booths, the tendency for human error. Is there a way that we could possibly change this in the future? Is that something that
the system that was used now was a new system, has not been tested. That was the mistake. And a lot of the errors now are related to, are possible because of the system, the new system that we had used. And we will not need to make the necessary amendments. We also had some errors during our time, but minor amendments, minor errors. But today it's massive, such a stage that we're going to ask for to go back and cancel the whole vote and go back to the polls.
Back to the polls, or do a recount?
Well, the recount is still will still, when we complete the recounts, and when what we have said is massive, then it affects the whole ballot results.
So you would be calling for a whole new general election again?
Yeah.